For the tree ornament project, the materials you will need are a pencil, paper, white paper specifically, crayons, watercolor paint or markers, a water cup, a paintbrush, glue, and a pair of scissors. First thing that you are going to do for your project is you are going to draw out your ornaments. You can trace things that you might have around your house, or you can design them however you want. You can do some geometric shapes like our circles, triangles, squares, or you can do some more organic shapes such as like cloud-like shapes, leaves, shapes you see in natures, or even abstract shapes. After you have them all drawn out in pencil, you are going to take crayons and you can pick whatever colors you want. I did a dark blue and a light blue. Now, if you see right here on the screen, I added this little mark kind of inside, kind of curving close to the inside of your ornament. This is called a highlight. I like to draw mine out in pencil first, but then I'm going to take a white crayon and I'm going to fill it in nice and hard, and it's going to create a layer of white crayon, okay? And you'll see it in a little bit, but I'm going to be adding a highlight to every single one of my ornaments that I make, and you can have them be as wide or as skinny. I like to say they kind of look like an eyebrow or a little macaroni, and you can even add like a little dot or a little piece kind of at the bottom. And this is what's going to make your ornaments look shiny. Because if you think about real ornaments in real life, they have a little bit of shine to them. Okay, so I'm going to repeat this on all my steps, and you see I'm taking that white crayon and I'm filling it in now. And I'm not going to forget my little topper part of my ornament. And I'm going to repeat the same thing, and you guys can do the same thing for your ornaments depending on what you do. And you can pick whatever colors you want. But if you notice, I'm using crayon, like I said before, and then white crayon specifically for those highlights on the inside of each of them. Okay? After you have them all drawn out the way you like, outlined in crayon, you can choose to either use watercolor paint or this marker paint trick, which I'm going to show you both. So you'll need a piece of tin foil, you'll need to put your markers drawn onto the tin foil, and then you just use some water and a paintbrush, and the marker turns into paint. If you have regular watercolor paint, you can use those as well. Be careful if your paper is really thin that you don't want to press too hard or be too rough with your paintbrush because you don't want to create a hole. And I chose a couple different colors to paint and had them blend, so you guys can be as creative as you want, or if you want to do an actual design, go for that. Okay? After you have them all painted, you are going to put that aside to dry, and you are going to take a separate piece of white paper, and we are going to start to design our tree. Now, this is an up close view of a tree. If you want to create yours differently, if you wanted to create an actual tree, go for it, but this is going to be an up close view. So you can see I started at the top corner, and my tree branch is going from kind of a thicker sized down to a little bit of a smaller, and I'm just repeating this same step with the brown crayon first, and then I'm going over it with a couple different shades of green to create the pine needles of my tree. But like I said, you guys can kind of have the freedom to create yours however you want. My colors are showing up a little bit different on the screen right now, but it is a light green and a dark green. Think about the sizes of your tree branches that you're showing. Some could be really big, some could be a little bit smaller. Think about how you are putting them on your paper. Are you designing and making your paper balanced, or are you all having them kind of clumped together? So you want to think about creating it so you have balance all throughout your paper. And you can see I have a lot of white area still, but that's okay because that's going to leave room for our ornaments. So once your ornaments are all dried, you're going to take your scissors and you are going to carefully cut right on that crayon line of all your ornaments. And you can see I cut it out of my paper first, and then I go back in with my scissors and cut out the details, because we always want to make sure we cut off all that extra paper. We never want little white pieces still attached to our art. And then before I glue it down, I just arrange it how I like, trying to, again, make it look like it's balanced. That just makes it look a little bit more thought out and professional, in my opinion. And then we're just taking glue, or whatever you have for glue. Maybe you have Elmer's glue, And then I always like to flip it over and kind of rub the back. Okay. I tried to add some ornament hooks there, but it wasn't as visible as I would like. But so that's kind of my quick version. I'm trying to make these videos super quick for you guys, but if you have any questions, feel free to email me, and definitely send me a picture so I can share it with the school, your teachers, and everyone so we can see the great art you're producing at home. Thanks, guys. Bye.